Monthly update, June 2026. Wow, this has been a very challenging month, and I want to have a little bit more structure today. So first I'm going to explain why this was a challenging month and in some ways still is. Second, what am I working on right now? What are the big updates in like the business realm? And then third, just some general updates on my life, experiences that I had to keep this journaling entry complete. So let's start with why this was a challenging month. Because I went through a full-on identity crisis in a way, which sounds weird to say, but I was just not feeling super clear or inspired on how I want to show up, what I want to help people with, and how. And there's a lot of different explanations for why that happened in hindsight, but the story that I'm going with, that I'm choosing, because it gives me the most power, is that I felt a pull towards using AI more, and like I'm watching the videos, I know what is possible already, but then I have not been using it because I'm like, I don't want to get distracted, it's too much technical work to set it all up, and then it's going to break and so on. So I was not doing that. And I think what happened internally was the recognition that we live in a completely different world now. And me going back to my coaching business exactly as I did before just didn't feel right. So I don't know exactly yet what the new iteration and version will look like, but I want to be at the forefront of AI, and especially how we can use AI to facilitate personal transformation and to support the coaching work that I'm doing, maybe that other coaches are doing. So I feel like I'm after the dip, I'm feeling more positive, I'm feeling more excited. And I also just started working with a new person, a new client that I'm super excited to work with. She's amazing at what she's doing, and she also is very spiritually tapped in and very deep, and I love that combination. So super excited to start working with her. And even though I haven't been pushing the client creation because I was like, I don't even know what's happening, it felt super organic and natural. And in a way, how it sometimes is, not always, like the less we try, the more it flows and it just happens. So I want to create the opportunities, but just talking to people, helping them maybe in new ways that I haven't helped before. And if someone wants more help, of course we can talk about it. So second, what am I working on now? There's a few different things, but I already told you the direction that I want to go in. Well, there's actually a few directions. One is integrating AI more and experimenting and using it for myself. I set up my own Hermes agent now, and that's been super fun. And I'm glad that I'm now on it, because I've been just watching from the sideline, like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like easy enough yet, so I'm gonna wait a little bit. But it's cool, and I think it can help me operate at a much higher level, because I'm a visionary, I'm an idea guy, and if I can have an idea and give it to my agent, and then I know it's been taken care of, and I have an agent that can proactively remind me of things and check in again, I can see that'll work out really well. And especially now that everything runs through my phone, I can just be outside, capture ideas, and build things. So that's very exciting. The other thing is, I want to show a prototype here. So this is just a little prototype that I've put together, but I really like the direction it's going in. The next step would be to show it to some people and see if they also like it, or if I'm the only person excited about it. But basically, the concept is if we can relate to ourselves and to life as if it would be a computer game, that has a lot of advantages. It can be more fun, it can be more engaging, especially if it looks visually cool. And it can also help to see things a little bit more clearly because we are not so involved. So this is not actually a game with three-dimensional graphic. It's using photos and videos to create this interactive effect. So if I go back, right, the same video plays backwards. And yeah, the first iteration has like the vision. What's the vision? Where are we going? What's the adventure that we're on? Then the main character, right? Like, this is just one version of how it could look like. And like, okay, what are the skills that I need to develop if I want to be able to climb that mountain? That would be completely customized. So in this case, could be, okay, sales, public speaking. Those should probably be more like milestones, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna speak in front of 5 friends. I'm gonna speak in front of 50 people. I'm gonna do a TEDx talk or whatever. Leadership. Yeah, so all completely customized, that if someone uses that, they have their own game for their own life and where they're at. Then at the very beginning, the first version was, just basically like this. You click on it, something opens. Okay, what's standing in the way? Okay, cool. And right now it's interactive, so me as the user could fill it out, but it could also be that I have a coaching conversation with someone. I talk about all of those things. I feed the transcript into AI, and then it's already filled out. That could be another version. And then here, what's the plan? How do we get from here all the way to the mountain? Right, so what are the big vision broken down into milestones, and then here we have the obstacle. Grammarly, can I turn this off here? Maybe not. Anyway, yeah, so this is one of the things that I've built. The other one, it also has like some cool background music. You can change even the songs. The other thing I've built is a personal dashboard for Diara. Just as a test, she wanted to have it super simple, but you can see this one here lives at diara.collaborate.ventures. And if you would go to this URL, you would see a login with Google, so you can't access that. And so all of this backend infrastructure is going to be super important if I'm building things that are not only for myself, but for clients or for other people. And yeah, so we have then the settings here, her declarations. She wanted to have her cycle in there because she wants to live in alignment with that. And then whatever the person wants to have on their dashboard, the connections need to be made, right? So the person logs in and then connects to their Spotify, to their Google Calendar, Gmail, to do his Notion, maybe bank account, Stripe account, whatever they want to have there. And so that makes it possible, for example, to have a music player in here based on the playlists that are in Spotify. And then the cycle, and I think this turned out really nice because it changes based on, where are we? Let's say we're here. It changes the color of the whole page as a reminder of like, okay, this is the phase that we're in right now. In the summer, you're at your most open and expressive, go outward, have the conversations, collaborate. So I think that's pretty cool. Then those things can be moved around, but I have a form that I would send to the person. They fill out everything that they want, the style and all of that, and then it would be a custom build. And maybe this is something that in the future just comes with my coaching packages. So that's something else. And then, let me see, complete different topic, but also something I'm very excited about right now is based on this book, Psychedelic Cannabis, therapeutic methods and unique blends to treat trauma and transform consciousness. So I'm very excited. I'm almost done with the book to dive into that and explore myself and facilitate sessions or ceremonies to use cannabis in a completely different way. Just earlier, I ordered a nano encapsulated CBD spray, which, based on this book, can be extremely helpful if someone has a little bit too strong of an experience, maybe there's some panic or anxiety, to immediately feel more grounded and safe again. Also for other plant medicine ceremonies. And yeah, so another project that I'm exploring and that I'm taking the first steps in that direction. And that feels really good. I have a long history and relationship with cannabis, and I do feel like it's time for something that's a little bit more purposeful, intentional. Another direction is content. And I post those videos since a few years, but I haven't really put in any effort to actually build an audience. Because I mean, this video is not to build an audience, right? This is just basically for myself and for anyone who's interested in being in a very raw, unscripted, unedited way with me and just know what's happening in my life. But I do feel like it's time to invest into my future in this way, to build an audience, right? And I'm going to show you the AI agent that I've set up and how it will help me with that. We're also, both Yara and I, joining a challenge, a social media challenge by this woman who's super cool, that starts tonight, and we're going to watch the recording, I think, tomorrow morning. That's the plan. Part of that is why I have this microphone now, so I should be able to walk away, and I could sit here, and the audio should still be exactly the same. And of course, a better use case is not for the computer desk setup, but if I'm outside, I put my phone on a tripod, I can be in nature, I can walk away from the camera and record myself. Maybe one of the next investments I want to make is having a 360 camera, that I can just hold on a stick, and then I could be outside, share something, and either show myself or also show what I'm seeing. I'm also interested in those video camera classes. I think they can give a really unique angle, perspective. So there's something there. And in general, with the content, but also with maybe AI tools and so on, I want to start building a body of work with valuable resources and capture my best thinking and frameworks so that people can access them in the future. And someone, when they find me on social media or they, meet me at a party, they're interested in what I do, there's a place and they feel like a little bit of guidance. They're like, oh, this is a resource, start here. If you want to go deeper into this, go here. So that if they are interested in working with me, they come in with some context on how I can help them and what I'm about. Yes. So, lastly, number 3, just some updates. I left this coaching program that I was in for a little over 6 months, I think, called the Being Accelerator. Great program, not really actually a program, but there was like programs within it, and the content I really enjoy it, and it's informed how I'm doing my coaching and grounded some of the concepts into just better language. But then the weekly calls, they were always in the evening, and it wasn't worth the investment for me anymore. So now I'm working with a new coach. I talked to a few of them, and I have a session tomorrow, actually, like a second session with someone that feels quite aligned. So that's cool. I played my first paddle tournament last weekend. That was fun. And I want to sign up at a paddle club to play more often and have some training as well. and then maybe compete more often, just to really push myself and play against people that are better than me, so that I'm encouraged to learn and to grow. The other thing that was kind of funny that it happened, so I felt the whole last month, maybe even a little bit before that I was like in between my old self and the new version of it. And there are certain external things that I think would help me make that transition fully and have some external evidence, like, okay, things are different now. And one of them was to order new glasses. I don't wear my glasses that often, but when I'm on a scooter, I do, and they are like, I don't know, 10 years old or something like that. And not very stylish. So I went to a bunch of stores here in Lisbon, and I never could decide what I wanted. And then in Germany, I found 2 pairs of glasses that I liked, that are super affordable, because I don't want to have to be very careful with my glasses. And so I ordered them, and then my dad sent them to Portugal, but without a tracking link, and so now they're lost. Happens sometimes here, so they're just gone. So I reordered them, and I just today got an email that the new ones are there, and this time we're gonna have a tracking link. So that's cool. The second one is getting a tattoo. There's technically not a lot that stands in the way of that. I just need to take action. But yeah, there's some resistance. The design is not quite like clear yet. But I do see that also as like a turning point, and I want to make it a turning point, right? Like the first tattoo, which will have those words here, like this: mind, consciousness, and thought. The 3 principles of the inside-out understanding. Yeah, and then also maybe a bit of a new wardrobe, which also Tiara will be very happy with, because she's not a big fan of my style, which is not a style. I just wear whatever, basically. In other news, I've been on 2 podcasts this month, and I think that push to be on podcast comes a little bit to an end as I'm reinventing myself. And then I want to approach it again with more clarity and a better strategy, and maybe more help to actually make it worthwhile, and to get on good shows, and also to invest in myself as a speaker, to become better at storytelling, and just have feel more prepared in a way. Like, one of the things I like about podcasts is they're authentic and unscripted. On the other hand, it also makes sense to be prepared as a guest and have, I don't know, the stories, the examples, the statistics, the studies, just certain talking points. Yeah, so I want to invest some more time in that. Maybe not in this month, but moving forward. Other last little thing, a client of mine, or ex-client, right now we're not working together. We might work together again in the future. He is an AI educator and public speaker, and he spoke at this summit, Lisbon AI Summit. And I also went, and Yara went, and that was cool. Just be at this conference center and talk to people, but also listen to people talk about AI. Yeah, the last thing I want to share is the project living in community, in nature, got a little bit more momentum, and then it also slowed down again. But yeah, I'm happy that we're still talking about it, and yeah, it's so important to me, and I'm willing to, let's say, give up a lot or be very flexible with other things in my life to make that happen. And I want that more people are more flexible, because it's a really big thing to achieve that will, in my understanding, impact our quality of life and improve it more than really anything else. Relationships and community is so essential. So yeah, I hope we can make that happen in the next years and not, I don't know, live in community when we're retired, but as soon as possible. Also with the idea of starting a family or having some of our friends start family. And man, if you're just two parents and there's no support system, it's rough. So yeah, raising children in community sounds like a great idea to me. Oh, I wanted to show, okay, last thing, and talking about structured video, maybe not so much. I want to show my AI agent and how it's set up. So I'm talking to this agent through Telegram, and I just love Telegram. They are so amazing. They do such a great job, and they're very fast and innovative. So in Telegram, you can have one chat here with my Hermes agent, and then within that, I can have different topics, right? Psychedelic cannabis. I just told it, hey, I ordered those CBD oil sprays. Then I have a general chat. Then I have my content chat. So yeah, this is super cool. It's quite a learning curve on how everything works and how to set it up. And I probably will reinstall it because I installed it in an easier way, but now it doesn't have full access to everything on the server. So maybe that's a weekend project or something like that. But the feeling is amazing that, I have now this AI assistant agent that I can talk to and just send voice messages on the go. And the more I use it, the better it gets because it's like self-learning and self-improving. So super exciting. Also something that maybe in the future I can offer to my coaching clients. Like you get me as your coach and you get this agent as your personal assistant, and I can help you set it up so it can do stuff for you. And it's maybe like an add-on, or maybe it's just included. Could even be a source of additional income for me if someone is like, cool, we did coaching together, that was amazing. Now I'm done with the coaching, but I want to keep this AI assistant that you set up for me, and then they just pay, I don't know, some money every month to keep it, and I'm doing the technical management of it. So that's that. I think I'm done for this video. I might even edit it with AI. Let's see. Maybe not. All right. Peace. See you next month.